Good morning, Satnam. It's me, Shakti Sundari, and just going to do this little live stream this morning with my beautiful friend and alchemist and soul sister and priestess and wonderful woman, Bayari Lou Beegan. Bayari. We're going to be talking about her potion creation, her alchemy as a priestess of incredible devotional medicines and elixirs, and how that's going to be interwoven into a Dancing the God and the Goddess event that we are co-creating on Friday the 1st of March in Glastonbury. And here is my little Shiv Shakti badge as well. So I'm just going to do what I need to do to invite Bayari into the call. Trying to remember how to do this now. Hi everybody. Let's see. No, I've forgotten what to do, so I'm just, oh, here we go. Bring a friend, invite a friend, and there we go. Bayari, tapping on you. Bear with me, everybody. Allow your viewers to request to join you as a guest. I'm tapping on you, Bayari, but you're not coming up. Let's see. Why is that not working? Bear with us, peeps. Why is that not working then? Okay, here we go. Now I've invited Bayari to join the call, and when you've said yes, we should be able to chat together. Let's see. Did you get my invitation, Bayari? Magic, magic, we're making magic. Let's see. Sorry, this must be really weird for people who are waiting for our actual conversation. I've sent an invitation to Bayari to join. Just waiting. Yeah, my invitation. Well, okay. Okay, so while we're waiting for Bayari to join the call, I'm going to say a little bit about the event. So on the weekend of March 1st to the 3rd, I'm hosting and facilitating a Dancing the Goddess retreat in Glastonbury. This is a practice that I've been teaching for several years, and this is the first time we're going to be doing a retreat in Glastonbury, which is the home of the goddess. So I'm super excited. This is where I did my training, my initiation as a priestess. It's a place that I feel very at home, and as part of that retreat, I felt to also offer a mixed event for men and women to come together and dance the god and the goddess. Okay, so I'm just, while I'm talking to you, me and Bayari are trying to figure out why she's not on the call. And if that doesn't work, I'll stop talking, but I can't talk and press buttons at the same time. I'm completely incapable of multitasking, so that whole thing about how women can multitask is rubbish. I can only do one thing at a time. I can talk or I can press buttons, but I can't do both. So Dancing the God and the Goddess is happening on Friday, the 1st of March in the evening, 7 to 9 o'clock in the Goddess Hall in Glastonbury. And Bayari and Anne are going to be co-creating this event. There are also angels on the retreat. And yeah, well, what Bayari is going to offer, we're going to talk about now. So let me just go back to the buttons part and see what I can do to, excuse me, add Bayari to the call. So yeah, I've invited Bayari to the call. Yeah, so should be able to join. Okay, I don't know what else to do. If not, we will start again, I guess. Sorry guys if you're watching. If you have any questions, meantime, about what's going to happen, please do that. And I'm gonna shuffle my goddess cards and draw a card for us while we wait. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah. I'm just typing to Bayari. Not quite sure why it's not working. Oh, maybe I need to say this. Sorry guys, I'm going to keep shuffling. Swipe left until you see live viewers. Okay, let's try this. Ah, right. I think I've done it, Bayari.
Hello. Hello there.
Sorry
no worries. I had no idea I had to be on my phone, so I was sitting here trying everything to get it to work on my PC.
I don't think I mentioned that, did I? But I think it only works on the phone.
Okay. No worries.
I think I don't know, but anyway, there was just some kind of cosmic thing where I just can't think. You know, when I go into the zone, I can't really think.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally get that. I get a little like that too. And in fact, a lot like that sometimes, so don't worry. So you shuffle. I'm going to go and get my phone charger because it's very low and I don't want to cut out, and then we will begin. How about that?
Okay, darling. Okay.
Gorgeous.
So hi to everyone who's watching. Apologies for the faffing around. This is a live stream between me, Shakti Sundari, and Bayari Lou Beegan. I'm going to be talking about how she creates incredibly potent, magical potions, elixirs from herbs, essences, crystals, sacred intention, and all kinds of other magic. And yeah.
There we go.
And there you go. And how we're going to weave that into a beautiful event in Glastonbury, which is the home of the goddess, the Dancing the God and Goddess event on March the 1st. So yeah, so welcome, darling. Sorry about the mix up there.
No worries.
Oh, yeah.
So
good to see you too. I'm shuffling, and I know it's a bit weird because when I look in my phone, I look at your picture, but I know that means that when I'm on camera, I'm looking like away from people who are watching. So I'll try and like look at the camera as if I'm looking at you, but you're over there.
So you have your goddess deck.
I've got my goddess deck. What have you got?
I have goddess deck also. And I did matchy. And I did also choose, in fact, 2 cards for us whilst we were waiting, which is very interesting synchronicities with the cards as well from the Cosmic Tribe Tarot deck, which I can read some excerpts if you would like.
Absolutely. Before you do that, darling, can you just introduce yourself, please, to everyone, like to the millions of people around the world who are going to be watching this?
Absolutely, Shiv Shakti. Yes, hi everyone. My name's Bayari, and I am a good friend of Shakti's. She's been a teacher of mine for a very long time, and certainly has helped me develop and have a number of roles in my life. And I think that my most recent incarnation now is alchemist, potion creator, mixologist, cosmic mixologist, and I also make beauty potions. So it's a whole load of alchemy going on with the hands, with beautiful ingredients, vibrational medicines, and yeah, I'm very excited to be sharing this at the retreat in Glastonbury. I'm fairly local. I moved out of London to come to the countryside to get more connected to nature and these ancient sacred lands here as well. So it's all infused in the work that I am doing and creating for you.
That's a really important thing, actually, my love, that I forgot to mention, that you already live very close to Glastonbury and that whole area. So can I just ask you about that? Did you feel a particular calling to that part of the country, or do you feel a connection now that you're there? Like, what is it about being in that part of the land that supports you in your creation?
Yes, I have felt a calling. I did feel a calling for a very long time, probably about a decade of my 2 decades in London. I was feeling a very strong pull to the southwest, and I often found myself in places like Somerset and Devon, Dorset, Cornwall. So whichever kind of teachers I would be going to attend retreats with, they tended to be down here. So I felt like I had a little taste of the land, and I feel it's very alive. It's very alive with spirit. It's very alive with story. It's very alive with ancient connections that really sort of speak to my soul on many levels. And yeah, I was just reflecting on that before the call, actually. To create magic, it's really good to be very close to the magic, to where it all happens, so that yeah, that there's this fusion and infusion all the time, and it's not so hard to grasp. It's actually very sort of tangible in the air. So yes, alive here, as you know, with Glastonbury.
I love that. There's a line that I just want to pull out of what you just said. To create magic, you have to be in the magic. I think that's what you said. Yeah. And then for anyone who's watching, well, there's two other questions I want to ask that pop off from that, which is, what do you mean by magic? Because it can sound quite airy-fairy and otherworldly and strange, perhaps, and to other people that makes perfect sense and they know exactly what you're talking about. So what is magic for you? And that's funny, unless I said magic, look who came up.
Very good, very good. And
the sorceress.
Yes, the sorceress, the sorceress, and that was the card I chose yesterday. Funny enough, so she's in the air.
Just so you know.
Rhiannon's in the air. Yes, I know. Major pull for the training also. So what do I mean by magic? Well, it's a great question. Yeah. I as a child and teenager and so on, growing up, anytime anyone used the word magic, I had a visceral response that was not positive. I really recoiled. I didn't like it. I thought, oh, what are you doing? And I just pictured magic to be all very Lord of the Ringsy and Yeah, no, I really didn't. I didn't get on with it at all. I didn't like it. But what I'm realizing now with alchemy and potions and so forth is there's a more true magic where it's like something becomes much greater than when we start out. The potency of it becomes so strong and hard to put our finger on exactly what it is, but there's an energy in it that's transformational. So magic for me is an energy that's very potent and transformational and kind of reaches the places that we don't even speak out what needs to reach, but it reaches it anyway, you know. So it's something in that that takes us to our potential. Yeah, so that's a little bit about what magic means for me right now.
Thank you. I love that, and it's also really interesting to hear that how you kind of shifted from that initial recoil to
Yes.
being the ultimate. Well, I want to use the word witch, but again, I know that will put some people right off because there's this association of the word with kind of sort of darkness or hagness. Although actually for me, there's nothing wrong with hagness. The hagness is also part of the goddess, you know, the flip side, and there's a lot of power in that. But sorceress, alchemist. So how on earth did you get into that then?
Oh gosh, I think it's a natural progression really from being a chef. I think that chef, by that I mean I was actually more like a spiritual cook, and the one that was in the kitchen at retreats or tantra retreats, dance retreats, all manner of spiritual retreats. It was something that I moved into very quickly from having doing some posh canopy parties in London for about 6 months a year. I suddenly found myself in these kitchens, and the role is something quite healing, I suppose. So the food was high vibrational food. It was supportive of the work that was being done. And I think there my witchcraftery, sorceresy essence started to come forth. And a lot of the people that were on the retreats and the teachers would always reflect this to me, and I'd be going, I'm just, you know, I'm just a cook, and I'm just this and that and this thing, and I didn't really know what they were talking about. I didn't know anything about.
You were doing it without knowing it, really.
Sorry.
I said you were doing it before you knew you were doing it, right?
Exactly. So it was having those reflections actually that really helped me to feel more seen, and then tap into more of what I could actually offer. And so now it's a kind of distillation of that work. So I've spent time, you know, with ingredients and oils and creation and methods of working, and I feel this is now just an evolution or a distillation of starting out in those kitchens, really.
Like that word distillation.
Yes.
So when you talk about ingredients, again, my mind, because I mean, I don't really know what you do. All I know is I've tried your potions and they have a really big effect on me, as you know.
Yes.
Which I'll talk about maybe at another point, but I just want to stay with this. It's like when you talk about ingredients, like you don't need to give away any secrets here, because I guess there might be secrets, but like what kind of ingredients go into these vibrational, like, so what's in a vibrational medicine, what's in a potion?
Yes, I mean, in a vibrational medicine, the idea of it is a little bit like a flower essence, but with a flower essence, we would extract from one flower. A vibrational medicine can contain many different levels. So it might be may have flowers, certainly flowers and herbs is part of it. Some crystals. I brought a few little crystals that I'm currently working with that are sort of shamanically charged up. So there's red jasper there. I will be working with this in the Shiv Shakti potion because red jasper really aligns all our chakras and really kind of regenerates them all. Plus, it really taps into the sacral chakra as well. So it's really good for stirring and movement and energy there.
I think I can feel it already.
Yeah, great. So say if I was making the water for the vibrational medicine, I would surround it with herbs, with flowers, with crystals, with things of some sacred significance as well. Words too, so I'd be tapping into which words would I like this water to receive, because of course water holds words and the memory of words. I'm saying of course, maybe that's not known to everyone, but water is a great medium for messages. So I will be working with that too. And then of course sounds. So whether that's through my voice or mantras, other people coming and singing. Some medicine has dancing, like the one I created at summer solstice, dancing around the fire for hours and hours. That all gets infused into the vibrational medicine too. So in fact, we could start making one on the Friday night also that is unique to your creation. It's a perfect place.
It is, all that energy.
Exactly, all that energy. You know.
Oh my God.
And that's the beauty of the essences and the elixirs and the medicine as well. It's like it somehow encapsulates the energy of that moment. And then we have it in these drops. So these drops to me are like a taste of the eternal, because we have them, you know. Yeah, they're a taste of the eternal.
Oh my God, your words are magic in themselves.
Thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, you're really conveying a sense of the potency of your artistry and your cosmic connection. And that's something else I'd love to ask you about, which is, again, for anybody watching who doesn't know you, because you talked about coming from being a chef, and I know you've also previously worked, like, you know, I don't know, we don't need to talk about years, but you've also prior to that worked in the corporate sector.
Yes.
And kind of got on this evolutionary path. Where in that path did the spiritual aspect come in that you so clearly embody now, and where's your connection with the goddess or the divine feminine and masculine in that path for you?
Wow. I mean, it really came in, I must say my sister, who is a Tantra teacher, Gayatri, has been influential in this, in leading me very much to Osho Lila. And I would say there, everything really kind of exploded for me and expanded for me in one weekend, where I think I went to something called the Ultimate Celebration. And so that was back in, I was still in corporate land at that point. So that was back in my 20s. And I went there and immediately felt utterly at home, utterly devoted to Osho, and really opens my eyes to all the goddesses as well, you know, all the mantras, all the chanting, everything like that really, yeah, spoke to my soul so deeply that in that weekend I changed my name. I became a sannyas devotee and changed my name from Lou, who I was at the time, to Ma Anand Bayari. So that was the start, I would say, a significant start. and since then it's been a journey of discovery and yeah, years of tantra and personal development. A lot of it, thank you to you as well. Oh, doggy's coming. Yeah. Does that answer your? Did that answer your question? So it has a few parts to it, and yeah.
Yeah, definitely. It just kind of adds another strand into, you know, the convergence, this distillation, and all the different influences that have brought you to this point where you're now living near Glastonbury. You're creating these alchemical potions. You know, it's like everything that went before has been part of the weave, the tantric weave that now brings you to this point.
Yes.
Yes. I wonder, maybe this would be a good time to show the cards that you pulled.
Yes, let me do that.
Yes.
Now I just need to put this phone, because I wasn't expecting the phone. And I can't hold that and do the cards, so bear with me. I'll pop that over here. And little Puma Pants is also here.
That's your divine doggy.
Divine doggy. Let me see if
I'm just going to read this. Trevor says, morning, ladies. Hi, Trevor. Shawnee's got two hearts.
Lovely.
Eliza says, hello. Joe Pink says hello.
Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining us on this call. It's our first one, so I'm getting the tech sorted now.
Yeah.
Great. Well, the first cards I picked turned for us this morning. Both cards were major arcana, by the way. So when we have major arcana, you know, that's the big stuff. That's the really iconic stuff happening, and both cards were that.
Oh, just cut out for a moment. Let me just wave my wand. You're frozen for a minute, Bayari. The arcana is so major that you've frozen. Yes, we're going to pull some goddess cards shortly. Let's see. I hope Bayari. Oh, she's dropped out of the call. That's all right. I'll just invite her back onto the call, guys. And while we do that, I'm just going to show you that I pulled Rhiannon. I'm a priestess of Rhiannon, and funnily enough, Bayari pulled this earlier too, sorceress. And I also pulled Guinevere, true love. And for anyone who doesn't know, there's the whole story of Arthur and Guinevere associated with Glastonbury, where the retreat and the dance is going to be. So, ha 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 ha. All right, let's see if I can get Bayari back on the call. Just messaging her. This is how it goes. Sorry guys, we were just going to get to the cards. I think the power was so strong that the phone died for a moment. I want to talk a little bit while we wait. I'm just waiting for Bayari to respond about the power of these potions. Now, I've only tried them a few times, but when I was at Bayari's a couple of months ago, I took a potion called a Gypsy Heart Elixir potion, and I had the most profound experience of divine love, sensuality and connection with the most beautiful Shiva that night in the most unexpected way, like something I had never ever dreamt or expected or wasn't even thinking about. And the effects of that have actually continued to reverberate on in my heart and through my life right up until this moment, and that was through one draft of her Gypsy Heart Potion. So it is real. The magic is real, the power is real, the effect is real, and I know that I will ask Bayari about this when she comes back on, that other people have also reported really similar stories. In fact, many people who took the potion getting into relationships and or falling in love, and or of course that's just one, that was the Gypsy Heart Potion, but there are other vibrational medicines. Like there was another one that we had at the party that was just for kind of the party spirit. I can't remember the name of it, but also taking that, I felt so high all night, like my feet were hardly touching the ground. So the more sensitive and open you are, okay, so Bayari is just plugging in her phone died, so don't go away. We're talking about vibrational medicine, the alchemy of herbal, but not just herbal, water that has been infused with sacred mantra, with divine intention, with the energy of crystals, with the energy of events, of people, of particular sacred moments and happenings, and how we, taking even just a drop of those potions, has an effect that can last not just for hours, but for days and months. It's incredible. So just waiting for Bayari, who is our divine alchemist on the Dancing the God and the Goddess retreat, to come back online to tell us a bit more. And she was just about to tell us about the cards that she's pulled for today's call, and talking about the Shiv Shakti potion. So Shiva, the divine masculine, Shakti, the divine feminine, that she's going to be creating for the Dancing the God and the Goddess event. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure if you're there yet, Bayari. Are you back? No, not yet. Okay. Well, let's see. What am I inspired to do and say? Well, I just feel like being really still, actually. A Shiva moment has come over me. I was recently in Avebury and Glastonbury just last weekend to connect in with Michael and Mary ley lines that run across that part of the country and are believed to represent the masculine and the feminine, and those energy lines both run right through Glastonbury and up to the Tor, which is the sacred mound that you can see from the Abbey, which is where, according to myth and legend, King Arthur and Queen Guinevere are buried together, and this is one of the cards that I pulled. So one is a very straight line and one is a wiggly line, and the Mary line is the wiggly line, and those lines carry the energy of the divine union, of the merger of the sacred masculine and feminine, but then they also connect out with myth and story about King Arthur and the Round Table and the knights, about the Fisher King who was wounded and could only become whole by uniting with his feminine counterpart. So the nature of true divine love, and also with the story of Yeshua and Mary Magdalene, because it is also said that Mary Magdalene came to Britain after Yeshua ascended and travelled to Glastonbury and spent time there. And so her energy is also very alive in Glastonbury. And as anyone who lives there or lives around there knows, it's a very strong portal for heart energy and for all kinds of other spirits and elemental beings and dragons and more than I can even dream of or know or understand myself. I just know personally that when I go there, I feel home, I feel heart, I feel in flow, I feel connected, I feel divinely inspired, and everything just seems to open. So that's why it's a very potent place for healing and awakening, and that's why so many goddess loving people are inspired to head that way. It's the home of the annual Goddess Conference, which happens every year in August, and I'm just about to bring Bayari back online now. There we go. I'm just going to add Bayari back into the call. So thank you for those of you who have been patiently waiting for her to come back on. And to anyone who's just joined us, I am live streaming with Bayari, our beautiful sorceress, alchemist, potion creatrix. I've been waffling on a bit here. We were just about to get to your amazing cards, but you know what? I was also talking in my waffle about the effect of your potions, because that's one thing we didn't actually say. So before you talk about the cards,
yes,
would you like to just say a little bit about the feedback you've received and or things that you have observed as a result of your potions?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it is an interesting one, because like I was saying earlier, when we invite these energies to work with us, then there's something much greater than just one human being, what they're pouring into this. So I will say that. However, that said, first night I did do a love potion for about 100 people, and there's been 2 couples from that. So two people have actually come together and created a relationship, which is very beautiful. So I think the love potion just somehow helped them open up to each other in that space, and it was very beautiful to see this merging. I've also had people that have had quite a lot of numbness in their body and in their sexualities. Have said to me that they actually start to feel much more awakened, much more alive, more juicy, more vibrant, and more connected with themselves. So I won't go into more detail than that, but that was pretty awesome. And then, of course, your divine, beautiful story as well.
Yeah, I was saying a little bit about that. It was just bloody hell. It was just massive, the whole thing. And I was just saying how it's taken me on a journey that is, it's ongoing, really. It's continued for months. It's just like this ongoing story. And I keep drawing this card, either I draw Guinevere or I draw, I put that one back in the pack now. Like Isolt, who is this one. I've drawn this card so many times, it's ridiculous. I pulled it again last night. So, and the story of my heart opening and all of that, and the connection that I experience on. So anyway, it's powerful and it's real. So just want people to know that
magic is real.
Magic is real.
And those 2 cards are very connected with here, like I said. And when I was going through one of my big love stories, also the same cards in this area, from this area. So I feel it is all connected with the vibrational medicine that's created here, for sure.
Yeah. So I'm excited to receive your reading of these cards. This is another thing that Bayari does, which you haven't even spoken about. But again, this is a true kind of cosmic channeling gift that you have,
Thank you. It's something I'm developing, and just as I said, as magic as a teenager, I was a bit put off. I was also put off by the tarot, and now I can't go anywhere without the Cosmic Tribe Tarot deck. This is my oracle, really, and I do the cards every day, and whoever is around me also receives cards every wish. So they'll be coming to the retreat. So what I chose for us this morning is emergence. I'll hold it up because it's utterly exquisite cards.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, very opening, very expansive energy. And yeah, and to me it really ties in with the dance as well. I mean, the message of this card is that we all have wings, whether they are tucked away or on display to see. We all have wings and we all can fly. So I will read you some of the words. I will read some of the divinatory meaning. So yeah, everyone has colorful wings to spread. Experiment with ways to open yours. Every flower is a teacher. Every stone full of wisdom. If your wings are stuck, see if opening your hearts a little wider will help. Follow your deepest instincts and they will clear the path for you. If your wings are opening too slowly, then be patient. Good things always take time. Shift your focus to the place where your ancient stone of wisdom can observe the unfolding beauty within you. And when your wings open, don't just sit home and study spiritual maps. Experience the absurd limitlessness of life and blaze your sacred path. Welcome, new life. These are your wings. Fly.
Wow. That's so powerful. Oh my God.
It is. It is. So that's a card for the launch and the support of your beautiful work that you're bringing to Glastonbury. And a message for everyone who comes to find their wings.
Absolutely, but also the bringing in of your vibrational medicine, the mention of flowers and nature and stones. And I was also thinking of the sacred stones in Glastonbury and in Avebury, and the egg stone on the tour, and how the tour is the in a way representing, I'm going to go on for hours about that, but like the underworld and the re-emergence from the spiral of awakening, and there's so much symbology there. Wow. Like,
yes.
Yeah, okay.
Totally. And it's that thing that we were talking about earlier, is actually placing yourself in these places can really help open everything up more, because the stones contain so much wisdom, the land contains so much wisdom, there's, you know, the whisper of spirit everywhere. So it can really help people find their wings, all of that. Yes.
Wow, thank you, Goddess.
Welcome.
There was another one, wasn't there?
There's another one. There's a wheel as well. So emergence is 20. Awesome. Wheel is 10 in the major arcana. And of course, the wheel is all about the cycles of life. Of course, at the moment, we're really in the depth of winter, but this card always reminds us of the promise of spring and summer to come, and the ebb and flow of life, and how natural it is really to be maybe in hibernation, if someone's feeling in hibernation right now, and to remember that the fullness will come again. And shall I read a few lines from
Please.
Cosmic Tribe Tarot People by Stevie Postman. Brilliant. Can you feel the groaning and creaking of the wheel in your body, in your emotional center? Remember, life is a heroic challenge. How are you responding? With fear or optimism? See that where you are now, you've been before and you will be again. Use this information. Expand your center of awareness. Include yourself in your circle of friends and community, and maybe even the orbit of Earth around the sun. There is a bigger sense of self, and you will get access to all the tools to your life. The wheel represents the central focus or project around which life revolves. What can keep you from feeling the beat of your life or your own rhythm? Listen in for the Sphinx, the bolt from the blue, in the form of advice or even a bizarre event. It will help you restore yourself to this circle of life.
Wow. This morning, I was reading a book about the magic, mystery, and mythology of Avalon, and I was just reading a passage about how Avalon, as in Glastonbury, represents the center of the wheel of life.
Really?
So, like,
yeah. Absolutely. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I'll pop up here, everyone, so you can see.
Yeah. Yeah.
These cards get very similar color scheme and feel and kind of aura as well. So maybe something to bring in for the medicine and the Shiv Shakti potion and all of that. For sure, they will be present.
Yeah, so let's just say something about that.
Yes.
So for the dancing the god and goddess, you're going to create a Shiv Shakti potion.
Yes.
And I'm curious about that. Like, how will you go about it? Do you have any ideas? What's going to go into it? Anything you feel to say at the moment about that?
Beautiful. Well, yes, it's always layered. The potions are always layered, so there's not just kind of one thing like a flower tea and then a bit of vibrational essence. No, it's going to be a whole kind of story woven together that pretty much has started since you mentioned it to me. So I do know already. I feel that there will be some drops of two medicines created in Greece. So in Pelion, which is the home of the gods and the goddesses, as far as I'm concerned, or the Greek gods and goddesses. So where they went to rest and play and have their, all their relationships and so forth, created an Apollo essence there. So for that real sun god's energy and the kind of really enhancing of the solar plexus and that kind of energy, which it's going to be beautiful for all the Shivas who come, but also of course the Shaktis as well who want to tap into that energy. And of course, in winter, it's really beautiful for us to remember the sun and bring that energy in. So that will be in the potion. And then also the very first essence I created with my teacher, I'll mention Linda, who showed me the way. In Greece, we created a wild beauty. So there's this wild beauty essence that's all created with all the pomegranate trees and the flowers and the sunshine as well in Greece. And it's something to really honor our own natural beauty, however that wishes to be expressed. And that's also had days and days of mantras and cards and loving energy poured into that essence, and has been on an altar since. So I know droplets of these will certainly get woven into the potion. And I love to work with flowers such as peony. For me, peony is like a real goddess flower, so it's something that's been used for centuries to really honor the divine feminine, to honor natural beauty as well, flow and abundance. So peony will be in there, and I'm feeling that blue flower that you liked, and a lot of people are loving this blue flower. Of course, Shiva had a throat thing, right, with the blue. So whenever we have the blue energy as well, that's a real devotional piece for Shiva too. So that's a few elements to get us started. There'll be lots more. There'll be lots more.
Oh my God, how exciting. I think people would want to come to the event just for that, let alone everything else that's going to happen.
It's gonna be a beautiful night, because I know how magical your dance is and how beautifully held it is, and it's a space where true, pure magic and creativity can flow. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm very honored to be creating that opening potion.
Yeah, me too. Thank you. Yes, and for anyone who watches this back or now, just to say that this is, again, I'll just kind of reiterate it, I suppose, going to be part of the Dancing the God and Goddess evening event that we're going to be co-creating in Glastonbury on Friday, March the 1st in the Goddess Hall from 7 to 9 o'clock. And we will really be setting the intention to hold that sacred space with, without giving secrets away, creating the space before you arrive, an opening ritual that will include this potion that Bayari is creating, which is just like, you know, that in itself is just amazing. We'll be moving from that into embodiment and dance, and then we'll be ending with some beautiful sound healing with Anne, who is our other co-creatrix and space holder for the whole retreat that I'm offering that same weekend, Dancing the Goddess. Yes, so if anyone has any questions about that or wants to know more, I will post the link to the event underneath, and also for the retreat. People might be asking questions, Bayari, about what you do, because I'm sure, having listened to what you've said, they're going to be fascinated and want to know more and possibly connect with you to sample your potions. I know you also create wonderful, natural, high quality beauty products on your which they can see on your website, Beauty by Bayari, which we'll also post below. Let's see, what was I going to say? Went out of my head. And I know you've also just recently got invited to offer your potions at a private event.
Yes.
So yeah, do you just want to say how people can reach you and what you offer, so people who are watching this can know?
Yes, you can reach me on Facebook. I'm very happy to be connected on my page, which is Bayari Lou Beegan, or my beauty page, which is Beauty by Bayari, or email me aloha@beautybybayari.com. I recently kind of launched, I suppose, a mocktail bar, working with all these vibrational medicines and essences and potions and elixirs that we've been talking about, and I'm very excited to create this. I call it the Cosmic Order. So yeah, it's a Cosmic Order mocktail bar, and it's just being birthed, really. I had my first private event in London, which went incredibly well. So it's kind of offering the bar experience, but in a very different way. So it's not an alcoholic bar, it's actually all natural fruits and water-based concoctions that come very much to life with little drops of let's just call it magic. So
Yes.
Cosmic Order bar. So be great for conscious dance events and all sorts of things. So it kind of bridges that gap, really, of like, where do we hang out? What do we do? How can we be together? And, you know, step into the mystery more without always having cacao. Wonderful, amazing as cacao is, but perhaps it's like a bit of a different offering. So yeah, get in touch if you'd like to know more about that.
Oh yes, truly. Once you sampled this, you know, like, why would anyone want alcohol, really? Why? You know, because this opens, you know, you're fully conscious but expanded and more in touch and in tune, and so it's amazing. And it's, you know, you create you can even you know, you do them, what's the word I'm trying to say, bespoke concoctions for each person, for each individual. Right. So someone can come to you and say, could you give me a mocktail for da-da, and you create it. So I mean, wow.
That's it. I forgot to mention that. Thank you. But it's all personalized. Totally personalized.
Yeah. That's amazing. And yeah, I don't know, I'm a little bit what you were saying about the cacao thing. I feel quite cacaoed out. I feel like every conscious event in London or anywhere is, you know, it's cacao and I kind of feel like what you're offering is well, definitely a wonderful alternative anyway, to that.
Thank you. So, yeah, I feel a bit weird saying that about cacao, because I completely love cacao, but it's not to do it as in competition to cacao. It's more a different offering. Yeah.
A different offering. That's it. Yes. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. Anything else you want to add? I kind of feel like we've covered a lot.
We've covered a lot. Did you do your goddess card? Did I miss that?
Oh, well, I pulled these two.
Oh, did you?
And that one came out while you were talking.
Yes, that one came out.
That one.
Ah,
let's do another one.
Can't believe it. Yeah, remember Rihanna? I think I missed True Love, Guinevere, but my goodness, she is making quite an appearance, huh?
She really is. I'm like, universe, okay, Glastonbury, Arthur, Avalon, love. I'm like, I know. All right. It's old.
I've just pulled.
You didn't just.
I've just pulled. Literally just did it there. So.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
It is.
All right.
Well, the divine is
at play.
The divine is at play. There we go.
Thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Sorry about being a bit of a wally at the beginning with everything. And your words have been divine. Your sharing is divine. Everyone who watches this is going to want your potions and your mocktail bar, your Cosmic Order mocktail bar now. And everyone's going to want to come to the Dancing the God and Goddess event. And if you can't, we will be offering more, I'm sure. That just came out of my mouth. I'm sure it'll be more. So, yeah. And we'll post though information. I know people have been asking some questions, so we'll also have a look at that and answer anything below. Thank you, everybody, and thank you, beautiful Bayari.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, Shakti. Thank you, whoever has joined. It's been absolutely gorgeous. I've done my first shared live today, so now I know the score for the next time. So thanks for all the patience as well. So yeah, it's been absolutely beautiful. Big love to all. Have a very blessed, magical day.
Yes, I know.
Good, Mum.
Bye.